Hi, I'm Jen from Behind the Scenes Tarot, and this is the Letting It Go series. The series is timeless, so whenever you come across this message and you're going through your own transition, this message is for you. So today's topic is navigating transformation. What is advice from Spirit? How do we do this? How do we navigate transformation in the first place? Like, it seems like a really big leap to get from where I'm at right now to where I really desire to be. It feels like a big gap. And how do I bridge that gap? So that's what I want to ask advice from Spirit. So I'm going to ask, how do we navigate transformation? How do we get from A to the other side? A to B, A to Z, or if you've been listening to my other series from J to Z. All right, how do we navigate from where we're at to where we need to be? And what is that advice from us? 3, 2, and 1. So right off the bat, I noticed that there's no major arcanas here. So this, oh, actually, no, that's not true. There is one major arcana, the Justice card. So it'd be interesting to walk through this. This one feels a little bit heavier, right? So I'm starting here. I want to get over here. How the hell do I get across the gap? Right? It's sort of that fool card where he's taking one step off the cliff. He trusts that that path will be revealed, but it's really hard in the real world, right? And I can feel that we're all stressing about this. Like, how do I actually make this work? Like, don't give me that sunny day scenario stuff. Like, it's tough, right? Like, let's just call it what it is. Transitions are never easy. They're really, really hard. And that's why most people don't do it. But you're doing it, or at least you're contemplating doing it. And bravo for that. I'm personally doing it. I'm in the middle of it right now. I resonate with this card very strongly. That's why I'm doing this series. All right. So in the past, 4 of Swords, we're putting a lot of thought into this. It's like, okay, we've made the decision. We want to do something, but how the heck do we make this thing work? Like, you probably have a family, you've got a job, concerns about money. Where do we go? Maybe we have a place to land, but we don't know logistically how we're going to get there. Like, all of that, all of it. Probably if I were to count these 9 swords, I would have a mental breakdown over each one of these line items, right? Here's moving, here's my kid, here's my job, here's my dog, like, I'll just keep going down the list. I could probably name every one of those 9 swords, and every single one of them is something I've got to figure out. And hopefully you've got some support so you're not doing this alone. But this is the inner work, right? This is, okay, I know there's something better for me on the other side. I know I've got to do this. Here's where I want to be. Here's where I'm at right now. And I'm lying on top of this sword. And if I'm truly honest with myself, there's a lot of things I've got to get through. But in the background, this is what's so interesting, is it's actually really positive. For every action step you take, you will be supported. I know it's hard, but it's going to be so worthwhile. The Justice card, as we continue to make one step forward, we will make sure that it is balanced. I would like to clarify this card and understand a little bit more in terms of what the Spirit's advice to us about how to stay balanced will be. This is being heart-centered, and this is figuring out where you need to go. I mean, honestly, it's not saying anything more than just, you got this, you're supported, take the action, it will all balance out. How do you navigate from here to here? Everyone's path is going to be unique and different. You're all going to have to figure it out. But the thing that we have in common is we start with the first step. And yeah, we're going to be stressing about it. And yeah, there's a lot of planning. So make sure you do your planning and, get to the point where at least you can acknowledge the different items. Keep a list. I can't tell you how many lists I have in my kitchen going right now. A different post-it note for each action item. My previous move, when we came to Texas in the first place, I literally had a calendar for 3 months and every day had different tasks written on it. And I landed that thing on a postage stamp, let me tell you. It really helped. So I think what this is also saying is, there's some preparation that needs to take place as well. Put down some lists, write, create a calendar and figure out day to day what you need to do. So that way, all the items that you're stressing about are accounted for and have a particular day assigned to it. Like that's how I operate. It may not be how you wish to operate. You may want to have a little bit more flexibility and freedom in that. But like for me, if I know all the tasks are documented somewhere and there's a day assigned to do them, I don't have to stress as much because I know I don't have to do it all in one day. I can spread it out. And I think maybe that's what this is saying. Figure out what you need to do and plan for it and know and just give yourself the ability and the time and the flexibility to accomplish it. You will be so much happier when you do. The justice card, I would like to clarify what Spirit is saying about justice. Strength card, Queen of Wands, death. I love the transformation. How do we get from here to here? Well, you have to allow yourself permission to do it. The justice card is in the action of it. It is saying you have permission. It is fine to move forward. Balance out your actions. And the death could be you're halfway through it. This could be that cheerleader that you kind of need. Like you're doing it. The death could be destruction, but that's not how it feels here. It feels like a rebirth, a renewal. You're moving through the process. You can't ever go back. That's kind of what this is saying. Once you start on this path, you're never going to go back. So you have to constantly be looking forward. That's what this guy is telling us. Keep your eye on the prize. Whatever it is that you're planning, put that into this globe that this, I don't know, nobleman is holding his hand and he's looking at his destination. You need to be looking at your destination and use that as your compass, your go forward, your guiding light, because he's mapping out that course and it's heart-based. It feels good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. That's why we were given our emotions as our own internal guiding compass. I think the advice is just keep taking one step at a time. It feels like a theme if you're listening to other videos in this series, but it is truly honest. That's how we move forward, is always just one step at a time. Bottom of the deck is the star. There's so much support out there. The moon, it's sometimes, so the moon is really interesting because it could mean secrets, it could mean unknown. Let's clarify what's unknown. Okay, so clarifying the moon is the Hanged Man, which is a change of perspective. The Five of Cups, where he sees the spilled cups. What he's not acknowledging is that there's two upright cups right behind him, and the Empress giving birth. Giving yourself permission to see things from a different perspective. It's not always stuck. It's not always difficult. Map it out and see things from a new perspective. Allow yourself to see the end result. This is like a Stephen Covey, like the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Begin with the end in mind. This is, where are you going to go? And then figure out all the steps that you need to get there. Because you're embarking on this new journey. Yeah. And it's really positive for you. That's what Spirit is saying. Do it. Take the risk. I know things are scary. I know it can be tough, but it's supporting you. And once you move forward, you never have to look back because your whole life is going to shift and change in a really positive way. None of these cards are negative. None of these cards say heartbreak. None of these cards say, it's going to fall apart and crumble if you make this step. If this is where you truly choose to go and you've got to be committed to it, to the transformation, don't stop halfway. You've got to see it all the way through to the end, but keep going, even when it's scary, but just map it out. Once you start to figure out the plan, then, you can figure out maybe what you're missing and you can map it out. That's what justice is telling you. It's just figure out the plan. You can just start documenting it process by process. Take that first step. Encourage yourself to do so. As you take one step and it feels good, Then go to the second sword and take that step until it feels good. Got this. I'm Jen from Behind the Scenes Tarot. Have a great rest of your day.